I shuffled around so many blankets on my bed the other night that my roommate's cat, like, had to flee and ended up sleeping and snoring very loudly on the bathrobe that was, like, bundled up on the floor. And I woke up in the middle of the night to pee, and I was like, "You don't have to be down there." And she just looked at me, and I picked her up and put her on the bed, and she was like, "Yay!"
Aww. What a good baby.
This cat loves being picked up. She just does not care. Fucks given, absolute zero.
Yeah, Monster's the same way.
Anyway, where the fuck did we leave off?
Let me get out my notes.
I know that you guys had just plotted to,
Yeah, it was a party, and we're going to be doing a party, and we've come up with a plan for attending the party and
Splitting the party.
Splitting the party like smart people. We really need people who don't have wisdom 8 in the party.
I use my wisdom for other things.
Like not talking your other two teammates out of making horrible decisions, but rather how you are going to compound those horrible decisions.
Yeah.
She's got other things to do. She's busy.
You've got one finger hovering above the nuclear detonation button.
You know the bit in Guardians of the Galaxy 2? When Groot is learning how to not use the death button?
No, don't push that one.
I'm Groot. That's what Clem's doing just about now.
It'll be fine. My mom's there. What could go wrong?
A lot. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have time to get anything done for this particular, like, on the day of the masquerade art.
That is totally fine. I had a fuck you of a costume.
You really did, honestly. That stopped me more than anything else. Was how the fuck do I draw this many plants and not want to die?
It's okay to say not want to fucking kill myself. It's fine.
That's exactly right.
That's basically what I did.
This is a judgment-free zone. That's not true. I'm gonna judge you, but like, if anybody on the internet does, I will delete their comment and blow up their YouTube account.
If you're gonna judge me for something, judge me for playing 2 hours of Destiny 2 today instead.
Oh God! You could have played anything, Cap.
It was honestly a lot of fun. I missed Bungie.
So guys,
yeah,
that image is from April 5th, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's more than a year old.
Yeah, it's like a year and a half.
Yeah. This game's been running for fucking ever, okay?
Don't you say that with a tone of voice like it's a bad thing.
I mean, like, I have other games I want to run, and I kind of long for death, but, you know, whatever.
Right? Like, I keep being like, oh shit, yeah, Shadowrun soon, in another fucking year and a half when Septemport finally bites it.
But, Paige, maybe you should have made a character you like playing more.
Ooh.
Holy shit. First of all, I resent that. I love Clementine. I've written more with Clementine than I have any other tabletop role-playing character.
I was about to stop you there.
I was like, well, one of these days, just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna see how much we wrote with the TF2 roleplay.
We wrote close to, I believe, 600,000 words.
Oh my lord.
Between all of us.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well,
but considering I played 6 characters and you played 4?
I played more than 4.
Oh, I guess you did do the administrator.
I did the administrator, I did Dietrich, I did Pauling.
Oh,
I
yeah,
did a bunch of
forgot
NPCs.
about Dietrich.
Dietrich was a major character!
For one arc.
One major arc.
One major arc. I think he participated in. He was going to be a bigger character,
Yeah.
but we never got that far. Anyway,
I do find it interesting that the administrator started just like as a voice and then a piece of fan art, and then they were like, nope, we're canonizing this.
Right, this bitch real now.
Here's a pile of money, thanks. So, yes, you all were in Lord Ravenkind's manor doing the do. You had hashed out your plans, you'd gotten your clothes, you'd gotten your masks together, and all was well in the world.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. I know what song I want. Let me see if I can find it. Ah! No, I don't want to download new fucking things. Here we go. Is this the one? It'll do.
It'll do, pig. It'll do.
Ooh, I can use them both. I can use both. I can use one now. Use one later. Boop. Okay. So what are y'all gonna do now?
So
Well,
when is the masquerade?
The masquerade is tomorrow, quote unquote, evening.
Okay.
When is evening down here? I don't know. No one has a clock, but all the vampires seem to know.
approximately 18 hours from now.
Sounds about right.
I have to realign my spells, so.
Do we want to do...
Monster, may I have some blankie? You're taking all of it.
No, you can't have any blankie.
You might need the blankie.
Monster is a blankie tyrant.
He actually is.
Jesus Christ, little dude. He tried on his Halloween costume last night.
He has a Halloween costume?
I
Yes.
got him a Halloween costume.
He actually doesn't mind wearing things.
Oh.
Yeah, last year we got him, he had like a little jester collar that he enjoyed. This year I went a little more advanced. I got him a little pair of bat wings that has like little loops that you put his little front legs through.
He's used to wearing a leash harness, so
Oh, so he doesn't care.
he
He
doesn't,
doesn't really give a shit.
Well, also, I don't know. I imagine Monster as being just like very fat and very lazy.
He's so
Yeah.
chill.
He is incredibly fat and lazy. He is in fact so fat that when he wears the little wings, you can't see them on him if you're looking at him straight on because his girth obscures them.
We probably need to address that, but that's a problem for later us.
I mean, okay, so you have two choices. You can either try to work on that, or accept that your cat is going to die, like relatively younger and relatively fatter, and just understand that your cat is going to be a happy fat cat.
Probably that, honestly.
Like,
Yeah.
these are your options, and like, hey, if you want Monster to live to a ripe age of 13, living his best life, like.
The
I
thing
think that's
is,
what Monster wants.
I've kind of made my peace with the fact that Monster will probably only live to about 13 because he's got kidney issues.
Yeah,
That
so
too.
like,
And, like, that's probably going to take his life. But, like, because at that point, the fatness really does not matter.
right, yeah, no.
My brother had a cat, Sebastian, who was 28 pounds.
Jesus. Just
Yeah,
round.
I mean, admittedly, he was a huge cat. I mean, his trim weight was probably around 21, 22, 23.
Dude is a big cat.
He was a big cat. But you know,
Chongus.
there was a point where he looked like a football in a white and black fur costume.
Okay, so here's my fat cat story. Zoe had a cat, Cricket, and Cricket weighed 5 pounds. And,
Oh my god!
Well, so Cricket had a glandular issue. Like, she just had a very hard time gaining weight. So they took her to the vet, and they had that checked out, and they were like, "Yeah, give Cricket this medication, and she'll start being able to gain weight." So they gave her these pills, and in a month, she gained a pound.
My lord.
Like
20% weight increase.
I was about to say, take your weight and add 20% to it, and imagine gaining that in a month.
I mean, that's what happened to me when I moved in with Cap.
I made sure you ate 3 meals a day. And I baked.
Good Cap, good Cap.
Cap is a good man.
It's almost baking season.
So Salandra is rejiggering her spells. What are Clem and Holt gonna do?
Well,
I have time to kill until I have to get to pick up the mask that I ordered. So equipment maintenance and thinking about the logistics of what weapons I want to smuggle into the party.
You could ask someone about the weapons policy.
I think that would be wise.
Who are you going to ask?
That if that lady who led us over to Ravencrantz Castle is skulking around.
Skulking is like basically all she does.
Excellent.
Do you have a perception roll?
I can have one.
Okay.
I'm helping.
Wow, you are. 22. Sometimes you roll a 19 on a perception.
Hey.
A 40.
Ah!
Holt's so proud of himself, he's like, I think I see her. And Clem's like, yes, you do, dear.
Yep, yes, that's her. Did I tell you guys how the evil game ended out in terms of perception rolls?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, just making sure. Poor Norm. I can shield bash, I got all these sweet powers, I can consume the souls of the willing. Can't see shit, Captain.
Oh, it's a mood.
So yeah, you track her down. She's arguing with a whip-stitched tailor.
Watch her work. I don't want to interrupt, and also it's, kind of hot to watch a woman degrade her lessers.
It's kind of weird. The creature that she's talking with doesn't appear to be undead, but they are just sort of sewed together. They're very. It's difficult to describe the state of their life and likeness. Because, like, on the one hand, they seem to be paying attention to everything that she's saying, and on the other hand, they seemed, like, very dim and dull-eyed. This creature has, like, arms, like, none of the parts fit too good. And, like, one hand has 7 fingers, and the other hand only has 4. But she's just like, no, you don't understand. Gaudier. I want to be positively iridescent. And it just nods its head like, And then she gives it a little love tap across the cheek and sends it away. And it's just like it yelps as it's struck and just sort of. And she remarks like, "So you remember." No, it's you.
My lady.
Can I help you with something?
Just a bit of general curiosity. What manner of creature was that?
We call them the Igors.
If I didn't know better, I would have guessed it to be a golem of some sort.
Something like that? I'm not exactly sure. You'd have to ask the master. Oh, I'm sorry. They're not Igors. They're Fleamen.
Fleamen.
Pardon me.
You heard me typing notes.
The master just calls them Fleamen. Apparently, some parts of his experiments wish to remain alive. and when given the ability to articulate themselves, physically I mean, and she like gestures to her own fingers, they choose their own shape from leftover parts.
Interesting.
So like
And
apparently
Holt is genuinely interested.
so apparently this creature designed itself that way.
Neat.
I hope that's not all you're curious about, though.
No, I also came with a different question in mind. You seem to be knowledgeable of your lord's security measures. In the question of this masquerade, what is your policy on weapons and equipment?
Any one weapon is permitted. Anything more than that is considered quite gauche.
Sorry, I was scratching my ear and didn't hear that.
Anything more than one weapon is considered quite gauche.
Gotcha.
So like you can bring more, but there will be certain guests that will stick up their nose at you like, "Oh god, you need the axe and the sword?"
And what about the use of magic?
Well, it better be impressive.
It would be, naturally.
Good. Mundane magics will be dealt with derisively. Trust me, you do not want to lose the favor of the court.
Well, that's precisely why I asked.
Good.
I would hate to offend our hosts.
I'd hate to make a meal of you. You see, topside, I imagine they don't have such efficient ways of eliminating the boring.
Oh, certainly
Not
not.
at all.
Enduring the boredom is part of the affair.
I don't know how I lived that way. Anyway, is there anything else? I have business to attend to.
Not at all. I won't keep you from your business. And Holt bows.
Thank you, Nikolai. And she saunters away.
Well, that's good to know.
Very good to know. I wonder if Jakara would be considered a weapon or a guest.
It depends probably on who she's planning to speak to, and if she's going to wear a mask.
I did not fashion her a mask.
That about clarifies it, Holt. No mask, no invitation.
Fair enough. A holster doesn't count as a mask, does it, Clem?
Mm-mm.
It definitely does.
I count it as a cape, if anything.
Alright, fair enough.
Where would you even put the mask on it? Did you put it at the end of the barrel?
I guess so. Like, that's what Holt's trying to figure out as we're walking back through the castle halls. What do you think, Clem?
Now I need to Google masked gun. See if nope. All we've got are masked gunmen, not masked guns.
Gun with mask. I'm getting pictures of the movie The Mask.
Damn it.
No, I want the gun wearing the mask. God damn it.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna find that on Google image search. Oh, wait, no, I did.
Oh,
Oh my god!
where's the mask?
Post it.
Show me.
It was everything I ever wanted.
It's taped on.
Thank you.
That's
Big Stock.
good. Thanks, Cap.
You're welcome.
Anyway, anything else for the Wonder Twins?
No, I don't think so.
Is there any place that we want to explore before tomorrow?
Do you think that we'd be allowed to peek into the ballroom, get an idea of the space?
I don't see why not.
Hmm.
Let's try to check it out.
You don't. Lord Ravenkind didn't mention any places that we weren't allowed to go, did he?
If
I
I
don't think
recall
so.
correctly, he specifically gave you free reign. Like, he does not care.
All right. Well, let's test that, shall we, Clem?
Hmm.
We're gonna go exploring for a bit.
We're gonna explore the fucking shit out of this mansion.
Oh, gracious.
Not casually. Like, we're not gonna force any locked doors, but
If it's unlocked, we're taking a peek.
Let me see if I can find... Because I found one image that's great, but a little small. Let's see if I can find some more. Guess not. Sorry, you guys have to deal with a small image.
no, that's okay.
You guys are able
Okay,
to
I've got small eyes.
You guys are able to find the ballroom.
Wow.
It's big,
Very red.
very red, and you realize like there are some attendants fixing things up and putting things where they're supposed to be and assembling the blood fountains.
It's all real uncoagulated blood.
All real, farm grown blood. But
blood.
actually, the two of you make perception rolls.
Okay. Oh, jeez, I am killing it. 21.
I didn't do as well that time. 39.
It's not too difficult to notice, but some of the servants are reflected in the mirror on the floor, and some of them are not.
It's a mirrored floor. Cool.
I like that.
And so it will only reflect the living. That
Toby,
way,
why don't you have a reflection?
Wow, a mirror of opposition would be such a freaking awesome thing for a vampire.
what's the mirror of opposition?
Do they still have them? It's a classic D&D item.
They do. It costs 92,000 gold pieces, so it better do something great.
Well, kind of great for some people.
Oh God.
I mean, it literally creates an exact duplicate of you, at least the version that they used to have.
Yep.
And it tries to kill you.
That's what it does.
Jesus.
That being said, the mirror functions up to 4 times per day. Oh, so it can copy an entire fucking party.
So you understand the reason why I say, well, this would be a really good item for a vampire.
Never set off your own mirror.
Yep.
That being said, destroying the mirror causes all of the duplicates to immediately vanish. But while you're fighting your clones, it's not exactly likely that you'll figure out that the mirror was involved in any way. Yeah, because the exact duplicate just comes into being. It doesn't describe the way in which it arrives. Interesting. So, yeah, this place is getting decked out.
It's kind of beautiful.
It is.
I have to admit.
Clem holds out a tiny hand to hold. Want to dance?
With no music, but takes your hand. Anyway. And try not to get in the way of the servants rushing back and forth.
You guys dance a fun samba.
I'm trying very, very hard not to step on your feet, Clem.
Each of you
I appreciate that.
Each of you acquires 1d8 fun points. You each get 2 fun points.
Yay!
Yay!
Fun points can be
They-
traded and exchanged for more fun points.
Hooray! Let's check out what the exits and such look like, as well as if there's any like second floor area.
Like a balcony?
Yeah,
Good idea.
thank you.
Let's
There-
make note of the exits.
There are many balconies.
Are there as many balconies as there are vampire lord houses?
There are.
That's a really good thought, Holt.
It's been known to happen. Probably won't happen again until tomorrow.
That's okay. Tomorrow's when we'll need it.
You get 1 brain blast per day. Don't waste it.
So it might be that that's coincidence, or it might be that each one will have a designated area that they enter from or are announced
That
from.
makes sense. And with fuck, I can't remember the dwarven craftsman's name.
Neither do I.
It was something really badass, like
Hold on.
Hellblood or some
Bragged Grumblebender.
ragged grumblebender.
Holy shit. Can I pick them or what?
Yeah,
That you really outdid yourself on that one, not gonna lie.
that was a gift to me specifically.
Well, given what Mr. Grumblebender said about vampires and masks, that may be
Part of what they use to identify others.
could be. I wonder if the vampire lords will know who each other is.
I mean, it makes them harder to. Makes it harder for them to pick up on subtle expression that doesn't make them idiots. I fully expect the different vampire houses to arrive in the aesthetics of their house, shall we say.
That would make sense.
I do wonder how our next encounter with Mirish is going to go. Can't wait to see the look on his face.
That will that'll be interesting.
So we've taken note of the balconies. What about the exits?
What sort of exits?
How many ways in and out of this place are there? There's the main doors, I'm assuming, that are the ones that we walked through. Does it look like there are doors for servants to move through?
Yeah, there are a lot of ways in and out of the ballroom.
Okay, good. Just making sure. Anything else, Clem?
That's all I can think of.
All right. Shall we? And he gives an exaggerated bow and kind of bends his knees so you can take his arm.
I would say Clem takes his arm, walks a couple steps, pats it, and then lets go so you don't have to crouch down.
Thank you. I have old man knees.
I can hear them creaking.
Listen.
I am. All right.
Ooh, Krampus mask.
Ooh.
Who's ready for Krampus knocked?
Ah!
No, thank you.
What?
I think Clem's had enough.
Oh,
Clem has had enough of Krampus.
My bad.
I haven't. Krampus is cool.
Is Krampus the reason I lost an eye as well, or did he just bite my finger off?
What was the question again?
I'm trying to remember because when Clem took her little trip to hell, she lost a finger and an eye. And I remember that that Krampus bit my finger off.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if he was the one that threw Clem across the room and scratched her eye out.
No, I'm pretty sure that was Asmodeus.
Okay.
Tossed you unceremoniously out of the little wagon we were riding in.
Bye, Felicia.
Just don't take a face plant in a field of sharpened obsidian.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
There we go. I have acquired some masks.
Cool.
Okay. Should I have prepared this beforehand? Yes. Am I going to? No. There we go. I did it for the memes.
Listen, I saw you playing Ascension. You can't hide your Steam games from me.
Oh no. Are you serious? Anyway, so anything else, or will the time pass?
We'll head back and chill out with Solandra, do some weapon maintenance, and call it an evening.
Sweet. Brooding occurs.
I'm just gonna also have to figure out. Oh, I guess I'll be teleporting there. So I just need to figure out the logistics of it all.
Yeah, we'll go over it one more time.
It has been like 3 weeks, right?
Right? Yeah, sorry I took a break to be dead.
No, I'm not being giving you a hard time. So weird thing, my left eyelashes have all turned bright white.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
That is curious. That kind of reminds me. I saw a guy in the hospital who just had a streak of white in his mustache.
What? That's cool.
That is so cool.
It wasn't in a cool spot. It wasn't like Hitler. It was just like left of Hitler, and I was like, eh.
It's my new indie band, Just Left of Hitler.
Listen, we should all be left of Hitler.
We should all, at a bare minimum.
Sadly, my mustache has gone completely white, except for the very center, which is still pale, is still black.
Oh,
So
no.
from a distance,
that's tragic.
It
Oh,
does look
dear.
a bit like a Hitler mustache.
I would
Oh,
honestly
dear.
just color the whole thing.
Man, Hitler ruined a fine mustache forever.
Forever!
Forever! It can never be undone.
It's really a crappy mustache, actually.
I mean, it doesn't serve any of the uses of a mustache. Which, as far as I'm concerned, are catching sweat and collecting soup.
And twirling when you have an evil plan.
That's true. And the Hitler
Really good
mustache
point from
is
Cap.
incapable of any of that.
I just wear a mustache because a beard looks really weird without one. Like you're
That's
trying
true.
to be Abraham Lincoln or something.
Yeah, no, it's Dave, I don't think you could sport a chin strap. Just saying.
That's fair.
I'd look too Amish.
You really would, though, Jesus.
Painfully Amish. All right. So.
I'm just simple folk.
We're just simple folk. Halt, do you collect your grumble bender mask?
Yes, I do.
And I collect the costumes for myself and my mother.
Perfect.
I do need to pick up my new coat as well.
I say, I think I've got the dress and mask already, so.
I do believe
So,
Courtesy
I
of the
think-
consortium.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might work best if I make a brief appearance, step away, trade places. Or do you think it would be better if Mom is there from the beginning?
Well, they don't, with the possible exception of Lord Ravenkind, none of them know you anyway, so it might be clumsier if we tried to do a replacement.
She makes a
Oh,
good
wow,
point.
this is going to be tough.
If you do want to slip out, there are a lot of ways for you to do so, but
Mm-hmm.
we didn't explore every pathway, so we don't know where you end up.
The timing's going to be interesting because I only have a certain amount of time, and well, we can't be early. I suppose that my mother can go and then message me when it seems like all the people of interest are there, and then I go.
I've got what might be a stupid question, Sal.
Yeah.
Does your mom show up in a mirror?
Well,
Because the entire floor of the ballroom is mirrored.
she should. She's not. That's kind of the not reflecting in the mirror is a very specific thing to vampires, as far
Oh.
as I understand it. It's not that.
Lots of phantoms can be afflicted with it.
Can we test it out with our scrying mirror?
Well, the cool thing is Solange's mother is going to be dressed head to toe in some sick pajamas.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
So no one will be able to notice anyway.
Like I said, might be a stupid question.
No, not at all. So I guess I wait and go once the party's really going. Because if I go right away, there might be stragglers.
Right, they'll notice you parting.
Yeah. So I guess I will just keep a low profile.
Sounds like a plan, and
Mm-hmm.
I think, Clementine, that comes down to you to be the distraction that we all need.
Well, this is going to be the gaudiest thing I've ever worn. If it's not distracting, I don't know what else will be.
Well, with that
I
in
know.
mind...
I know one thing you could do that'd be very distracting to a room full of vampires.
No. No,
Weed?
we're not doing that.
No, something simpler. Clementine can take a fire elemental form. That would be very, very amusing.
You know, that's somehow simultaneously better and worse than what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah. Maybe a tiny one dancing in my hand.
Well, don't forget, fire vampires are a thing.
Mm.
They're what?
Yeah, fire vampires.
Huh. Interesting.
They're very rare. But they
Kidding.
do exist. They're not actually... It's weird. Fire vampires aren't like living beings. They're just living flame that infest the veins of people until they burn through their host. and then they have to acquire a new one.
Oh shit.
At least I think that's how they work.
I was noticing that a number of my mother's spells actually require components. So I was thinking of buying her components in order to, so that she is not useless.
She'll be fine. That is not necessarily true.
So probably have to grab some stuff from the consortium prior to this in order so that she will be well stocked.
Oh, sure. Just let me know.
So Ronald, like, rather than going through all the details of can we just assume we spent around 5,000 gold pieces on components for her?
Sounds good.
Okay.
If you have to use any spell that has a component that has has a high cost, you'll just take it out of that 5,000 and be like, oh, thank goodness I bought some
Diamond dust.
diamond dust.
Oh. Well, I'll also give her some additional diamonds because I have them for her. I think she's got a limited wish spell, so that's a good one to have.
Dear Roland, I hear you're having a problem with those blood shots. Dear Salandra, I hear that you need some diamond dust for your new spell. Just print out 1,000 of those some bitches.
13, 18,
All right, it's only $1,500 diamonds,
7.
GP diamonds. So yeah, it's never mind. 5,000 will cover. Cool.
They got all these fucking pouches filled with spiders and glass and shit. Fuck.
Okay. Consortium funds have been updated.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Who's ready to party?
Party! Party!
Hey, Clem, you want to do Holt's hair?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
She will braid it beautifully.
Yeah.
So
Salandra, quite a while before the party, takes out a sheet of lead, a piece of glass, a wad of cotton, and some powdered chrysolite. Lays them about the room and conducts a 10-minute ritual to do a mage's private sanctum in our quarters.
Very smart.
Genius.
And this is like I said, it has 24-hour duration, so I'm doing it before I go to sleep and recover my spells.
Sounds good. Before the party begins, everyone is requested to evacuate the manor.
All right.
All right then.
Salandra, what are you gonna do about that? Go with them or no?
Has Mother arrived yet?
Oh yes.
Are people in costume already?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, Salandra, quote unquote, Salandra will go. And there's a mage's private sanctum here, so it shouldn't be clear that I'm still here.
Got it.
Good luck, Sal.
So as you all go outside, there are many masked people. A lot of the vampires have like clearly gaudy masks. The servants' masks, most of the servants have masks, almost all of them, and their masks are very plain. Like they usually get the Robin style black outline around the eyes with a little string that ties around the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are equipped with just bags with eye holes poked out. It's very clear who the princes and who the paupers are around here. Lord Ravenkind approaches, flying through the air, standing on a swarm of bats.
So extra.
And he looks to all of them, and his voice projecting far and wide announces, "Let this masquerade commence!" And that's when the red moon rises out of nowhere, like
Holy shit.
convalescing out of smoke and blood, bathing everything, the entire of Penzance, in this terrible glow, as his castle begins to unfold from itself.
What?
And it turns into that. Solandra, you run into a bit of a snag on the inside. Give me some reflex saves.
Let's see. Better use
Well,
my
give me a reflex save and an acrobatics roll.
Okay. The reflex save was good. That's Atriel's reflex save. I don't want to use that. Reflex is 34.
Sweet. You are able to
Yeah.
avoid the shifting walls and dimensions.
And then acrobatics is a 27.
And you are able to remain inside the mage's sanctum.
Fuck.
That was close. And he just announces, "Enter!" And, like, the bats disperse, and when they do, so does he.
Whoa.
And the revelers rush in, dragging their servants behind them, jockeying for position. Some of the more powerful ones take flight, and, like, their frenzied dash inside is just, like, you'd expect. They run to the celebration like a dying man runs to water. Like, to them, this is one and the same.
Makes life worth living.
So, Holt, Clem, where do you two go?
Into the party, right?
Into the ballroom?
Yeah, isn't that?
I mean, that's certainly
Yeah.
where the major party is going, but you guys could go anywhere. This is a Gatsby level party. Like, people are going to be hanging out everywhere.
I mean, it's a Gatsby level party, but only Solandra's going to the library.
Lord...
My mom should tell me when it's good time for me to go.
Got it. There is only one place that is off limits. Lord Ravenkind's bedchambers.
That's fair.
Unless invited?
Of course.
I mean, do you think he's going to invite someone?
Actually, no, I don't.
Didn't think so.
Yeah, I think he's very beyond that.
Yeah, he's past all that.
He basically ejaculates dust at this point.
Whew. I also got you this.
Oh, sweet.
So, y'all...
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I thought you'd like it. I think we all think the bags was a nice idea. So yeah, the two of you go to the ballroom. The music is bopping as much as vampire music bops. The consorting has already begun. There's a lot of rubbing elbows. There's a lot of wringing hands. Lord Ravenkind has taken his place in his raised box. It's not long before. Oh man, I do not remember all of their names.
Oh, I do.
Hey!
Let me scroll up because I have taken a lot of notes. Let's see. We've got Lady Palgor, Lord Mirish, Lady Brownbow, Lord Ravenkind.
And Mirish and Brownbow, we know, are
In cahoots.
Yes.
The Hooters.
So it seems.
Right. So Brownbow is in her box, and she is wearing. It's difficult to tell that she's wearing a mask just because of the color, but upon further examination, as you realize nothing on her face moves, you're like, oh.
Oh.
Mirish has gone overboard, but there's no board like overboard.
Wow.
Dope.
It's honestly more subdued than I expected.
Palgor has really gussied up. It's very clear that she tries a lot, and she's wearing something very much like this.
Ooh.
Ravenkind's mask looks positively ancient. And it exudes an aura of menace and power. Kaicheg's raised box is empty.
I wonder if he thinks himself beyond all of it. Or if he's going to be fashionably late. Do vampires do fashionably late?
Probably.
That is the question.
Is Mirish the one with the star
Yes.
type thing?
How is he looking after his counter?
Oh, he's just fine.
Yeah.
He has anti-divine unhealth. Right. What weapon did you bring with you?
Audrey.
Audra. Sounds good. There are a lot of armed individuals. Some of them have swords. Some of them have guns. One guy's got a spear just on his back.
Nice.
There are a lot of armed individuals here, but for the most part, people are unarmed. And if there are any servants that are armed, it's not apparent.
Holt was sort of feeling the need to show off a little bit, and he's very proud of Audra.
But you guys, it's kind of awkward. Have you guys ever seen Eyes Wide Shut?
Yeah.
It's like that.
It doesn't
first
stick in
party...
my. I know I have, but I don't remember it. For a movie with a lot of sex, is generally not memorable.
Well, I mean, there isn't actually a lot of sex. Like, there's the one orgy scene, which is actually kind of tame. And Kidman and Cruz only kind of strip. Like they barely smooch.
Pornhub would be disappointed.
So disappointed. But that movie starts with a party where the two main characters realize they don't know anyone there. And that's sort of what happens to you guys. And the gossip you guys are hearing is just like this. It's not even none of you can catch hold of a conversation that any of you even want to hear about.
It's not even the exciting type of gossip.
Is it dry or yucky or?
It's a cross between dry and yucky. Oh, I had this elf from the wilds the other day. Oh, I drained her dry. Couldn't help myself. And then the other sycophants around this debutante start laughing, but there is a clear air of, oh god damn it, you wasted an elf, you dumb bitch.
That blood bag could have lived forever.
I'm just thinking of that scene from It's Always Sunny where Dennis just says, "You didn't think of the smell, did you, you bitch?" It doesn't take long before the first duel begins.
Duel, you say?
Yes.
Now that's interesting.
It's not long before, like, there are a few gasps, and some people are taken aback as gloves are removed, faces are slapped.
Masks stay on.
The masks remain on. Seconds are recruited, and they go up to the 5 boxes, and they're like, "Oh, we have a dispute here. Only martial combat will stay our hands. This is the only way we can come to the end of our dispute. Who will arbitrate between us?" And Lady Palgor raises her hand and she just says, "I volunteer." And like the duelists look kind of disappointed. They're like, "Are you fucking kidding me? We get Lady Palgor to officiate our duel? Fuck!" Like, one of them is about to die, and they're both very disappointed that one of them is going to perish as Lady Palgor officiates their dispute.
Their demise, yeah.
It's very clear that you guys succeed on your sense motive rolls. You succeed on your D1. It's very clear that Palgor sort of like is sort of what's the word I'm looking for? She's sort of an outcast. And her brood is in attendance, and they're all smash folk. We got gnolls and ogres, and like you think you see a troll in there, and they're all off to their own in their own sort of like extra large sized section. They all seem very refined. Like they're drinking their blood out of cups, just like normal people. But everyone's like, "Oh God, look at them! Look at that ogre! He's burgeoning." Ugh. But so she officiates the duel, and one of them is a rapier. The other one has a hand crossbow. And
Well, that doesn't seem like a fair fight.
Well, you'd be surprised. But their seconds get involved, and like, "Well, hold on, what happened?" And it's just like, "This piece of shit rat motherfucker stole 10 of my blood thralls last summer. He thought I forgot. He's a piece of shit. I did not forget. I never forgive." It's pretty clear this is a brown bow and Murish problem. Their seconds intercede. They're like, "Well, hold on, we could do this, or we could do this, or we could do it with this." And they're like, "No, blood for blood. Only blood will solve this dispute." Palgar's like, "If they want blood will be theirs."
Are Brownbow and Mirish watching this squabble?
Not really. They're not really paying attention.
That's fair.
They're sort of when it comes to the balconies, there's a sort of like access stairwell, like right up front, and if you want, like, you can walk up there and speak to them in private.
I have nothing I want to say to either of them right now.
Even if you're not saying anything to them, like there is always someone at the bottom of the stairwell trying to get up.
Gotcha.
It's a delicate dance, though. You don't want to like go in line when there's 4 people there. It makes you look desperate,
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to rush to the line. That also makes you look desperate. It's, as I said, it's a delicate dance. But yeah, they are mostly conversing very quietly with some people, and it's pretty clear that things that are said within the box cannot be heard outside it.
Interesting.
We must resort to the cone of truth.
Is anyone dancing?
No, the dancing has not yet begun. And in the musicians were testing their strings and getting everything tuned up and ready to go, and they're like, nope, duel, music's over, and they're like, oh,
Fine. God damn it.
God damn it. And whichever vampire is like meant to attend the music has like his baton raised and it's like, and he's just like standing still waiting for them to begin. The duel begins, and Duder is flying around with his hand crossbow, like poking shots off at the guy with the rapier, and then he's like, "Really? Taking to the air, Lady Palgor? This can't be within the rules." And she's like, "Well, you didn't
Say it wasn't.
Yeah, you didn't say it wasn't. You know, you said this was an all-out brawl, and that's what we're gonna get." And he's like, "Tuh." He gets plugged with a couple of crossbow bolts. It looks really nasty. Eventually, though, he gets an opportunity and he capitalizes on it. He takes to the floor and like tries to hide behind some of the cover, and in order to get like a better angle on whichever way he's going to run out of, the guy with the crossbow goes directly over the table sort of like thing he's hiding under. And then the guy throws the rapier, it goes through the guy's cape and gets caught in the ceiling.
Oh, shit.
And then he leaps up, and at that point, it's just claw and tooth versus this guy who's all tied up and he can't really get away. And, you know, a rapier doesn't have an edge, so he can't just, like, tear through the cape. And they're just writhing around up there, and, you know, dude sinks his teeth in the other guy and drinks until there's nothing left but dust. And, you know, there is a chorus of applause, and there is also, like, an accompaniment of boos. And, like, oh, dirty pool, dirty pool.
Which one won? Was it Brownbow or Mirish?
It was Mirish.
Mm-hmm.
And then this asshole shows up. The doors,
Hell yeah.
the doors buckle in, and there is this very, like, large for an orc. So he's not, like, fucking huge, but, like, Rivo was a runt, right? I was gonna say he's bigger than Rivo, but, like, no, Rivo wasn't very big.
I mean, like, Rival was still pretty big, but
He was 5'11".
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty small for an orc.
No, that's true. That's true. But big compared to a halfling.
That's true. Clementine, how tall are you?
Clem's pretty tall. She's like 3'5", 3'6", I think.
Oh man, this guy is like 2.5 Clementines big. But as the doors like smash open, like they don't like fly off the hinges, but like one of them is hanging awkwardly off to the side, and this guy is skewered. He's got like a blade in his back, like he's got like an axe head sticking out of one of his shoulders. He's got like 4 arrow wounds, and like he's not bleeding from any of them, and he has a guard just like in his hand struggling, and like his hand is so big, it's Andre the Giant big, so like he can just wrap his hand around
the head,
and you can't get out. This guy is just struggling, and he just cannot get out. And everyone just like sort of stops what they're doing and like doesn't say anything, and they just stare at him.
Clem leans into Holt. It's like, do you think that's part of the costume?
If it's not, then he's brought way more than one weapon.
Very poor form.
I mean, do you think he cares about being gauche? But he bellows in an incredible voice, "I thought this was all invitations!" "Your men, Ravenkind! They turned me away at the gate!" And Ravenkind calls out from his box and says, "It was all invitations, Kaicheg. You will have to punish my men. They should have obeyed my commands." And Kaicheg just crushes this dude's skull. And just like it's not like crunch. It takes a while. Like it's long, it's harrowing, and just like clenched fingers. You almost see a blush in his cheeks. And this guy's skull just starts fucking collapsing. And like eventually he just sort of like keels over, and he doesn't dust. He turns to mist. So
So squashing doesn't count as decapitation.
yes, squashing does not count. And he just like leaves the clothing, and he's like, "Somebody clean this up. Fetch a broom or something."
Oh fuck. Chris is playing Kaicheg.
And he like
I love him too.
like he wanders over to like one of the like bowls of blood, and there's just this sort of like vampire who is scared shitless. And Kaichek just like fucking pushes him over, just like, "Get out of the way, get out of the way, nerd." And he looks around like at the bowl and at the cups, and he just like picks up the bowl, and it's attached to the table, and he just wrenches the bowl off of the table and like gently brings it to his lips and just like hobbles toward his box, spilling blood everywhere.
I imagine he's got a pinky up though.
Oh yeah.
Like just a giant stone carved martini glass of blood.
Yep.
Fucking fishbowl.
And like it's pretty clear that like this guy matches what's the name of the ogre? Pauga?
Palgor.
Paugor. It's pretty clear that he matches Paugor for strength, which like that goes both ways. She's just as strong as he is, but he is also like not as big as she is. But still just as strong. And he takes his seat in his box and he's just like, "Ravenkind, where do you find such tiny chairs?" And he just sort of like picks up the chair with one hand with the bowl balanced in the other and just sort of like knocks it out of the box. And he's like, "Somebody get me some pillows. Chair is too small." And some, so like you've got attendants running out there and like putting like picking up the blood with rags. And like you've got other attendants that are like cleaning up the chair waste, and you've got other attendants who run out to clean up the clothes. And like the guy who got knocked over is just like, "Oh shit, oh man, I stood in his way, he's gonna kill me."
Now it's a party, Clem.
Now it's a party. And then some other ones bring up some cushions for Kaicheg's what's the word I'm looking for? Generous posterior. I should mention, like, as far like that's his mask, and as far as clothing is concerned, he's wearing like a loincloth and like a poncho.
And he's got a fat ass.
He's just a huge lad. He is dummy thick.
Said my two favorite words, Reynolds.
It's pretty clear though that he's kind of lacking in flexibility. Like if you stuck a sticker to his back, like right below the neck, he would not be able to get that sticker off.
Now, is that because his arms won't reach, or because he has a sword impaled there?
Because his arms won't reach. Like he just can't do it. He just can't. He's too large a lad. He's got a very sort of like Great Khan thing going on. Like he does not he's not jacked, is what I'm saying. Like he's got some meat on his bones. Like he's not just gristle and meat. Like there is some quote unquote flab.
So very much like Under the Giant.
Yes.
It's not called flab, it's called girth.
You can't ignore his girth, Cap.
Thank you.
That being said, Andre the Giant was able to treat 350-pound muscular men like children. So, you know.
No baby
Oh.
oil. No slam.
Dave,
feel
you'll
you.
appreciate this story. So, I was talking to one of my internet friends last night, and she's around your age, and she was chatting with me, and we were talking about conventions. And she was like, "Yeah, so I went to my first convention when I was 12 years old, and I went to the autograph area where people were, getting stuff. And there was this old man who didn't have anyone in his line, and I felt bad, so I went up and got his autograph. And that's the story of how I have Isaac Asimov's autograph."
Oh, it's sad.
That's fantastic.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I just had to throw that in there. She,
That's a good one.
yeah, she did a lot of convention work and met a whole bunch of cool people. Met Peter Mayhew. She was
Peter
like his
Mayhew,
personal attendant.
He's an actor, isn't he?
Yep, played Chewbacca.
Oh,
He's
that's right. That's right.
7'2",
Yeah.
and this friend is 5'0". She said he was super nice and really funny.
I never knew that name.
Oh, Dave, that reminds me. Salandra, as Kaichek enters, you get the signal from Atrial.
All right. I'm going to start layering on spells. Non-detection, and undead form, and in regular invisibility. So I have never cast in game. I've cast Vanish and I've cast Improved, but I haven't cast regular.
Yeah, just
First
remember,
time for everything.
every invisible wizard's greatest challenge: a closed door.
Well, and then I'm going to teleport to the place I marked on the cavern roof.
Poof. So yes, you go there, into the generous web of tunnels.
Yeah, I have a couple of gaseous forms, and I've got to move through space if I need a way of navigating. And I presume I have the goggles.
Yes.
Yes.
So.
But yeah. So, Halt, Clem, do y'all have any ideas of what to do while you're at this masquerade?
Mingle and wait for the dancing to start.
Clem is going to conspicuously mingle.
Oh. How so?
Of just being like her usual bubbly self. Kind of inserting herself into little groups like, "Hi, it's nice to meet you. Hello, what's going on? Tell me about yourself. What house are you from? Tell me your greatest achievements." And
For the most part, you get the coldest of shoulders, like just summarily ignored. But occasionally, do you head over to the Powgore section?
Hmm?
Oh yeah, they're more than content to talk to you.
Oh, sweet.
Clem
makes herself very comfy and happy in the Palgore section.
Oh yeah, they are all about this tiny person, this tiny half drow that wants to talk to them. And they have a lot of complaints. Like
Clem listens to all of them.
They're like, well, we're the best slave takers, and we get our blood tithe from that, but nobody ever gives us their due credit. Meanwhile, we've got Kaicheg over there giving us a bad name. he doesn't participate in this society at all. Like, he's a bloodlord. He should.
I mean, I'm new to the area, but I don't understand how he's supposed to have anything at all to do with your name. You couldn't be more different.
What do you mean?
I mean, what? Just because he's an orc and I point to one of the presumably is there an orc in this group?
Yeah.
And you're an orc, that doesn't mean that, he's giving orcs a bad name. He's just giving Kaicheg a bad name.
You don't understand, little one. The refined ones over there, they see all of us Smash folk as the same, brutish and uncivilized. And the way he plays into that is just very destructive for our image.
Do you think that he does it on purpose?
They all just sort of like, the group that you're with all just sort of look at each other and they're like, oh shit, I hadn't thought of that. How much bonus intelligence does being a vampire give you?
I don't know.
Creating a vampire. Because I know the attributes go up. Hey! Oh! It only raises intelligence by 2. So yeah, for the most part, you're dealing with ogres and trolls and orcs and gnolls. So there's
Ogres and trolls and orcs and gnolls.
like maximum intelligence of 14, and like that's the one Palgor keeps around as the smart one, But for the most part, you're dealing with like 8 intelligence creatures. Not stupid, not totally dumb, but they're a little dim.
That suits Clem just fine.
Thankfully, a lot of these creatures have a decent wisdom score.
Yeah, that's Clem's preference any day of the week.
Yeah, so like they can definitely carry on a conversation, but sometimes articulating what they mean to say is a little difficult.
The good thing about high wisdom, Clem can understand what you mean, even if it's not necessarily what you say.
Right. Very true.
Excellent point.
But
That's why she gets along with Hulk.
You know what? Let's go for it. So Halt, you end up doing a lot of attentive listening. Oh damn. What's the sort of person that you're looking for? Anything in particular?
I'm mostly drawn to the very unusual folks. The vampire gnolls in particular caught my eye. The guy who's carrying around a big conspicuous spear caught my eye. People with big weapons. People with guns.
So, you end up chatting with Spear Guy.
Excellent.
Let me see if I can find... Nope, I just need a single, just one. God damn it. He looks kind of like this, but with a mask and a spear instead of a gun.
Cool.
And he's just like, yes, Ravenkind's, one of Ravenkind's most illustrious guests. A pleasure to meet you. I am Jacob Gerain.
Nikolai Holt, it's a pleasure.
Oh, I see. Holt. I don't believe I'm familiar with the name. That's fine. Small house. Don't worry. I'm not the type to look down on you for not having a legacy sort of like thing.
And I'm not the type to be offended at all for you not knowing it.
I appreciate that. I've been down here a long time, but still, I'd like to come to these little soirees. Don't have much need to get out the crypt anymore, you know.
Though I suppose, big affairs like this, it's worth it to be a fly on the wall.
If only. Besides, I like ruffling feathers, if you catch my drift.
I believe I do. Which feathers here look most in need of ruffling?
Don't believe you catch my meaning, young man. I ruffle all these feathers just by being here.
Oh.
He points to the balconies and he's like, "Which one of these do you think I serve?"
If any, I would guess Ravenkind.
Fair. It's fair that you think that way, but what if I told you it was none of them?
I'd be inclined to believe that too. You stand out, sir.
Every single greenhorn down here doesn't know that. So they wonder why their superiors give me a dirty look. There aren't too many of us independents. Every once in a while, somebody slips out of the chain of command. That's me. I'm one of them. Free agent. Everybody loves me. Everybody hates me, too.
I would call that jealousy, not hatred.
Still, it's necessary. There aren't too many of us. Most of them don't care to come to things like this, but most of us would consider this an operator's evening, but I see no need for that. As I said, I'm well, good, and settled. Been doing this a long time.
And you're not worried that someone might take offense at you being here? Have you been challenged to a duel?
That's the point. No one's challenged me this evening, but it has happened in previous occasions. Nobody likes to admit that the unblooded are a necessary evil.
I would think it's a very good reminder of that there's a world outside this network of bloodlords.
Anyway, if you don't
Jesus
mind...
fucking Christ, Monster has the hiccups.
No!
Thank you.
Anyway, don't mind me, but it appears that... let me see if I can find a random noble name generator.
Guarantee you can.
Boom. Royal posh names. It appears that Remington Clarkin and Joffrey Kendall are talking about their engagements to Anastasia Lincoln. Don't mind me, son. I gotta go keep my eye on this.
By all means. And Holt inclines his head politely. He goes to wander the ball.
Yeah, he marches off. Apparently there's some sort of love triangle drama going on, and he just absolutely cannot resist himself.
That's fair. That sounds like juicy gossip.
The point that he's making is that it looks like they're about to figure out that they've been stooping the same woman. Classic. But it's at this point that the music begins.
Oh no, Dave. Your phone? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, no, that's fine. I just didn't know if it was, like, JJ or something. Oh. Well, if the dancing is starting up, then I'm going to try to reconnect with Atrial and offer to join the dance floor.
I thought you'd never ask. It's quite an upbeat bop. And she is a fantastic dancer.
It's gonna be all I have just to keep up with her, honestly.
She takes the lead, but she's very accommodating.
That's fine.
It's fine, Holt. It's okay. You're a fighter, not a dancer. I respect that.
Yeah, they really shouldn't be so different. But it seems that these vampires are all part of some kind of hive mind and know all the dance steps. They have an unfair advantage.
I had not considered such things. It is definitely unfair. Kaicheg refuses to dance.
That doesn't surprise me.
Mirish and Brownbow hit the dance floor, and Paugor and a lot of her brood dance. Mostly they have to dance amongst themselves, but every once in a while, like, someone's dance card gets filled by one of Paugor's brood, and they're like, "Oh, are you serious? I have to dance with a troll? Are you fucking kidding me?"
I have one request, Ronald.
What?
That sometime during the course of this ballroom dance, I get to dance with one of the gnolls.
Your wish is granted.
Yes! Thank you.
I'm sorry, I just found the funniest image. So therefore, I have to use it. Holt, you find a delightful gnoll vampire.
Perfect, gaudy cloak and...
I should mention, like, all of Paugor's vampires are like, dressed as classically as possible. But, like, an ogre wasn't meant to wear a suit. It just doesn't work, man. It just...
Those poor Fleeman tailors.
Those poor Fleeman tailors. Like, oh man, I'm just thinking of, like, Shadowrun images. Have you ever seen a troll in a suit?
It doesn't look good.
It's not a good look. Sunglasses? Great on a troll. Beautiful. It matches the horns. It's great. Troll in a fucking three-piece suit? Oh!
Although, I hear you, but I also raise you Kingpin.
Okay, not troll in a suit, like troll in a tux.
Okay.
Yeah, D&D trolls tend to ooze a bit too. They're
Yep.
sort of slimy and gross.
Yeah, there's no
So you have-
real good way to cut the traditional three-piece suit for a form of that shape.
And, like, for the most part, like, so, like, Kingpin is a big dude, and, he did, Michael Clark Duncan in a suit is fantastic, but, like, ogres, orcs, gnolls, and, Smashfolk in general are characterized by their sort of misshapen bodies.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, like, no human is symmetrical, but Smashfolk more so generally tend to be a little sort of lopsided. Doesn't matter how you tailor that, it's just not going to work. Still, it's very clear that they all tried their best. Doing their best. Doing their best. Meanwhile, Salandra is ducking through the ancient tunnels. Secret tunnel through the mountains.
Secret tunnel.
Trying to use my brain and not do stupid stuff, but I don't really care as much as I normally would.
Salandra, you've been going through here and you've had a couple of run-ins with absolutely devilish traps. Thankfully, most of them seem to react most primarily to the living. They did not expect a vampire to find this place. but still, it's been hard going. Thankfully, you have those true sight goggles.
Yep, and I have the arcane sight too, and just generally speaking, if I run into something I can't that I can't go through, I'll try teleporting through it, or I have options: dimension door and move through space.
You end up having to use one of your gaseous forms in order to get through like a whole series of like micro mesh grating.
Okay.
Um,
Take that off.
Unless of course you have some other way to get through the grating.
I do, but I mean it's at higher level spells like the teleport dimension door or move through space.
Yeah. But you don't disturb any of the grating. Nice work. And it actually isn't too long before you pop out in the Grand Library.
Around how long has it been since how long was I going through the tunnels?
You've been going through the tunnels for about 15 minutes.
Okay, all right. I still have duration on my first scroll.
And as you enter, you immediately hear whinging voices. It's just like, I can't believe we don't get to go to the masquerade. This is simply abominable. And the other voice responds, well, consider it this way. In a few days, we'll be in control of the entire Night Kingdom. And then we'll be able to hold a masquerade every night if we want.
Do I recognize any voice?
No.
Okay.
A third voice chimes up and just says, yes, but I wish I was doing anything but playing librarian. And you hear a call. What in the fuck? No, I don't want that. Here we go. You hear a call from somewhere deep within the library that calls out, Goddess with honor! Page 348! Now! That voice sounds familiar.
That's Gadra.
Yes. And one of the voices sighs and floats off, presumably to find Goddess with honor.
All right. This is a little bit riskier than I was hoping to deal with. I'm gonna try to just slip through the cracks. Really, I'm invisible and gaseous at this point. Just going to be as discreet as possible. I also have non-detection up.
Roll me that beautiful stealth roll.
Okay. That's not bad. And that wasn't even 30.
You got a 30?
Yeah.
You are invisible, correct?
I'm invisible and non-detectable.
Thank goodness. Somebody pipes up. Do you smell something? And the other voice simply responds, no. Get your head in the game. There's no... You've already been given your meal for the day. Soon you're going to be telling me, oh, I can smell the exquisite thralls from down below. Come on, we've got a job to do here. But for the most part, did they detect you, or is this just sort of like a thing that happens all the time? Unknown.
All right.
It's not long. You're able to sort of make your way through the library to and you sort of like follow the sound of Gadra's voice as she calls out for more books. That's your brain blast for the evening.
Yep.
How
many of them seem to be in here?
It looks like there are 6 attendants that you can see. There are these 2 that are like loafing off, and then there are sort of 4 more that are running around searching through bookshelves trying to find the right book. Oh man. I cannot find exactly what I'm looking for. Darn. Find me the kings of the Raven and the exiles of Stone and Throne. And that leads you closer to where Gadra is. Give me another stealth roll.
Crap. 26.
Do you have any additional tricks up your sleeve?
Aside from the fact that I'm invisible and non-detectable and gaseous, so I shouldn't be making a whole lot of noise.
Right, yes, I forget. The invisibility gives you a plus 20. Can vampires see invisibility? No, they can cast invisibility. Fancy that. Stellar vampire. Sorry. What the fuck is a stellar vampire? Does not say. Oh, there we go. Oh god. Mighty vampires have never been above toying with the genetic potential of their own kind. One rare result discovered by the vampire inhabitants of Mars.
Slow down there, Haas.
Oh no, apparently these are fire vampires. Got it. But they've been renamed stellar vampires as to not piss off H.P. Lovecraft's estate or whatever. Here to see the Monster Man? Anyway. No. It's sort of clear that, like, a lot of the vampires in here sense that something is amiss, but they can't tell what it is. One of them mutters, perhaps brown bow is... Never mind. But it's not long before you come to the summoning circle. In that Gadra is meticulously inscribing into a giant oak table. It is huge.
Alright, so I'm getting a better sense of the dimensions of this space.
This library is like... It's like a football field big. And it's open air, so like you can see from one end to the other. The hard part in finding Gadra was like finding her amongst the shelves of books.
Fuck. Well, it's a good thing I'm undead right now and my emotions are kind of disassociated because This is otherwise would be really, really painful.
This is true. It looks like the circle is very close to complete. Although the pure dimensions of it betray how much longer it will take to complete. Just because... Oh man, which image did I use for it?
So, how difficult would it be to corrupt it in a way that would be not detectable?
Fucking impossible. How many points do you have in Knowledge Arcane?
You mean knowledge arcane? Yeah. I have a bonus of plus 27.
Not fucking enough for you. To be undetectable, not gonna happen.
My spellcraft, if that's relevant, is plus 30.
That's great. It would take you hours. Uninterrupted hours, days, to make it not noticeable. As a reminder, this is what the circle looks like. She is working on the rune work of the lower right-hand outer ringed lattice. One of the hardest sections to work on. Look at that tiny text. Look at it. It's like she's writing on fucking grains of rice. Except she's got like a volcano glass like stenciling scalpel. Like she has a whole list of tools, like chisels and little knives.
So rice writing is actually pretty cool. Like,
Whew. Is that a single grain of rice?
yeah.
Damn.
Now think about that next time you call my handwriting.
Yeah, that's what she's dealing with. Making this thing. I'm sorry, the thought of Solandra saying, like, all of it.
Well, I have a.
I happen to have a gallon of blood specifically for demon summoning. Oh, have you? Yeah, you guys summoned a demon in the Green Angel Chronicle.
Wait, we did?
Yeah, you guys summoned Sargat, and in order to inscribe the circle, you need a gallon of blood.
Oh. Why don't I remember that?
What are you talking about, Dave? The Life Giver Hex? Sorry, Dave. Constructs, elementals, outsiders, and undead creatures cannot be resurrected.
Oh no! What I'm talking about is for me. I think you said that the way of breaking someone's control is a lot of blood and a lot of will.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
Sorry,
Not me.
that's some cunt going past our house with the motorbike.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, Dave, when I talk about a lot of blood, I'm talking about from, like, hundreds of people over tens of years.
Okay.
Like, if a thrall grows more powerful than their master, then they can pop off and be like, I'm my own master now. Like, even if she ate you, your life force would not be enough to counteract Brown Bow's control. You rolled high enough on your knowledge arcane. You crunched the numbers. You're like, shit, this is not gonna work. That's a great idea. That's a great idea, Snot, but I don't think my mouth can hold that much marmalade. I'm gonna pee real quick.
Yeah.
The Lord of the Piss returns.
Lord of the piss.
Ronald has given me a very, very thorough shit sandwich.
Yeah, from behind the scenes.
Take a fucking bite, bitch.
Meanwhile, we are having a marvelous time at a party.
I'm dancing with the trolls.
I'm dancing with the Knowles. And
And my mom.
and your mom, yeah. I didn't mean to say that your mom's a knoll. Lady Atriel is. I'm gonna stop digging.
She's a beautiful woman.
There we go.
Or kind of womanish.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Quasi-corporeal wraith.
Ghost lady.
Am I allowed to use the word wraith? Is that. Or is that their word?
Very specific type of undead, so I don't know. Might piss her off.
I don't think that she is technically wraith. She is technically a ghost.
She is technically a corporeal spirit. She's not really
Okay.
a ghost because that's something else too. I mean, it would be a ghost normally, but Ronald's changed the way the hex works.
Who's ready for some cryptic hints?
Me!
Oh boy.
But yeah, Cap. Vampire gnolls are a big thing.
They have really big teeth. It's excellent. I'm sure to compliment their gorgeous teeth and adequate sense of rhythm.
Because the gnoll god in Greyhawk is a half vampire demon lord.
Oh, Yinogu?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty cool.
He is, in fact, pretty cool.
And for those of you who need a reason why I would like this deity so much, here's your reason.
Yo. Cool. Big beast.
Who are the gnolls with the Flynn bars?
I don't know.
Because those things
Hey.
are wild. What's up?
Question for the historian. How long has it been since I God's melded?
Jesus fucking Christ. I don't keep track of everyone's God's meld.
Well, how long has it been since you God's melded? It was like within a day or two. I
Holt
think.
can do it, and Clem can do it right now.
I have a day
Oh.
in mind. So that means that you probably have 4 days.
Okay.
Until yours? 3 or 4 days? Does that sound correct, Mr. DM? It's a 30-day cooldown for yours as well, Sal, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So it's been 20, 26, 27 days. Wow, it's been less than a month since we took out the airship.
I know, right?
Damn.
Travel
Time
time.
flies.
Time flies when I say you guys are down here in this cave for like 6 days.
Time flies when there's time skips.
Jesus Christ, monster.
Oh, and to answer your question, Reynold, the Flint gnolls worship Orithnal,
Ooh.
the deity of slaughter.
So they're a different kind of evil.
Yes. I mean, they're still all chaotic evil, but... Oh, no, actually, Flint gnolls are usually neutral evil, whereas Yinogu are, like, strictly chaotic evil.
Oh, yeah. Murder, pillage. Not necessarily in that order.
Yeah, normally they give you, like, a block of acceptable alignments. But for Yinogu, it's just chaotic evil. He knows what he likes. So during the time that Atrial and Holt are sticking near each other, she still has brother by her side.
Yes.
Holt's kind of keeping an eye on whether or not that's there as a metric of how well Solandra is doing.
She remarks, he's a strange creature. I'm trying to do my best to comfort him, but he's not used to being apart from her.
I suppose he must be beside himself with worry.
You have no idea.
I don't.
He's like a depressed puppy.
Or a cat making strange noises.
Just the tiniest bits of telepathic whimpering. One way or another. This will be over soon.
I think so.
How far apart are the servitor vampires?
They're usually pretty scattered. Rummaging through shelves.
Are they within a 30-foot radius of each other at any given time?
No, not generally. No, you might be able to catch 2 of them at that, but definitely not all 4. And then
Remember, 30-foot radius is a 60-foot circumference.
This is a football field sized library. It's 300 feet long.
Shit.
It's 300 feet long and 50 feet high, and it's all books. And these guys are flying around. I mean, you could always nail the 2 slackers. So, Dave, what do you think I'm trying to intimate? Do you not get it, or does Sal not get it?
I don't get it. I really am not clear what you're saying. So
We talked about it earlier this session. If Brownbow, if you want Brownbow to die, she can die right now.
this was the Clem doing the nuke thing. I didn't hear that discussion. So.
Oh, yeah. If Clem if Clem godsmelds with Dogo, then she can tactical. What's the name of the spell, Clem?
Is it the daylight spell?
No,
It's no.
It's a big one.
Sunburst.
Sunburst.
She can activate a tactical sunburst nuke over the entire city of Penzance, killing just about everything that isn't your party. And I mean, like, even potentially your party.
I'll pass the message on to my mother then. Essentially. Hey, actually, do I maintain my telepathic contact with brother over a distance since we don't have the teleport thing?
Oh. You do. You make contact. He is a whimpering fool. You have to deal with, like, a full 30 seconds of, oh my goodness, Elandra, I never thought I was going to see you again. Oh my god.
Tell my mother that they're very close to completion. Probably within a day or two at most. And that this is an opportunity. If Brownbow is taken out now, fuck, Gadra will be released, and we can take control of this thing.
I'll pass that along. Are there any 9th level darkness spells?
There is. I think there's a polar something. Polar. It's a really nasty one. It like does damage and darkness. Polar Midnight, I think, right?
Oh, baby Jesus, what? Polar Midnight, yep, that's the one. You plunge an area into the brutal chill of the arcane night.
Oh, that is a druid spell, too.
Uh-huh. Cold and darkness subtypes. It's not a supernatural darkness, it's just regular dark. Unfortunately, everything in it, like, freezes to death and takes dexterity damage. There's no way to resist the cold damage. Any creature
No way
that,
to.
any creature
Even with
that,
cold resistance?
even with cold resistance.
Shit.
Any creature that doesn't move on its turn becomes encased in a sheath of ice and cannot breathe. Corpses in the area for longer than one round are turned into solid ice.
Jesus.
Fuck.
I mean, it's not overwhelmingly powerful, but it is overwhelmingly nasty.
Terrible way to die. Anyway. Halt, Atrio looks at you and, she leans in very close and whispers, I need to talk to Clem. We're going to do a dance exchange. Follow my lead.
Okay.
Holt, give me a profession dance roll.
Oh, dear.
I don't have that.
You can roll wisdom or charisma.
I will roll charisma, please, and thank you, Mr. DM.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that's plus 1 is 15.
Oh, that's pretty good. That augments Atriel's considerable roll. And so she moves across the dance floor and gets closer to Clementine. And Clementine, who are you dancing with?
One of the Smash folk, probably.
Sounds good. You are dancing.
Comically dancing with a troll with her tiny little giant ass feet.
Well, the thing is, like, so, you know, like, a troll's got super long arms. Like, it's basically like a knuckle dragger, despite being 9 feet tall. Like, 9 feet tall and dragging knuckles. So, like, it's quite easily able to dance with you. And its touch is surprisingly gentle.
Aww.
That being said, Atrio and... Sorry, I just got a present.
Present.
A present. It's rent money.
What a good present.
The best present of all. So Atriel, Clementine, roll me that sweet, sweet charisma roll.
Got it.
An 11.
Oh shit. Well, nobody really notices how clumsy your swamp off is because they're like, oh, it's a troll.
Fucking troll. Troll is like dancing beautifully and gets blamed for Clem's like, whoops.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
So
Oops,
Holt,
let me triple for your big feet.
Holt, about to say, yeah, Clem trips over his big feet. Holt, you are suddenly dancing with this troll. He's a little confused.
I roll with it. And, like,
Not a problem for Holt.
I will bluff my way through, complimenting this troll's garish outfit and dancing skills.
Sounds good. His only question for you is like, wait a minute, which one of us leads?
Allow me?
Okay. How much do you flatter this troll?
With a 28 in bluff.
That's pretty good. You flatter him pretty good. Like eventually you get him to say, "Oh, stop."
And that's when I know my work is complete.
This is literally like would make such a great comic book panel. Just the exchange just now.
What's the radius on Sunburst? It's an 80-foot radius burst? Jesus Christ, that's a 160-foot long sphere. Bada boom. Shit, son. Okay. So, Clem, as Atriel is dancing with you, she just asks, "Can you make yourself taller?"
I can actually.
You can.
Yes. I make myself taller.
Your body contorts and extends until what was your dress? Wasn't it very minimal, or are you wearing anything at all?
Oh, it's hold on.
Extravagant and highly magical.
Well, you have alter
hold on,
self
hold on.
will. You could have just given yourself like leopard fur.
Hold on.
Oh, did we all forget
Hold.
Clem's amazing costume?
Hold.
I did.
It's basically this.
Fire. Got it. About to say, it's very highly magical. It can shift with you. So yeah, you grow to her height, and she starts to nibble your ear a little bit, and then she starts telling you, if you can kill Brownbow, better yet, if you can end this, we'll be free to do what we need to do.
Clem flirtatiously kind of nibbles back and says, I could kill everyone in this room in under 3 minutes.
Why stop there?
Fuck, good question.
This is like where you hear that Japanese music, anime where the overlord rises or something.
Clementine, you ran into the perfect part. You ran into the perfect enabler. Like you are currently conversing with a empire toppling terrorist.
Yeah, she's more chaotic neutral than chaotic good.
Kill them all. Let God sort it out.
Clem kind of just in not as conflicted as she might have once sounded about it. What about the thralls?
Trying to think of what Atriel would say.
Can't make an omelet without breaking eggs.
Seriously, all she has to say is sacrifices must be made. We can't inspire them to fight. We don't have the time. Only Only the three of us will know what you did here today.
How is Gadra going to get out?
She doesn't need to. She's not here. She's 10 miles away with over 1,000 feet of stone between you and her.
And Holt?
We have an arcane sanctum.
All right. Get him there.
So she swaps back,
Okay.
and Holt, all of a sudden, she is all over you.
Oh shit. Atrial. So forward.
Let's take this somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. He's tugging at his collar a little bit.
To our room?
Certainly.
Yes, let's. Like a lot of the vampires look dismissively at the two of you as you go rushing out to your bed chambers, and they're like, ugh.
So, just as a note, the Mage's Private Sanctum is great for scrying, not so good on damage. But Mom does have Mordenkainen's mansion.
Mm-hmm. But yep. So like they all sneer and they're like, ugh, they're gonna go breed.
Joke's on them, that is impossible. For multiple
For
reasons.
so many reasons. You wanna fuck a ghost? Anyway, so Clem.
Actually, if I remember correctly, Holt does.
I mean,
At least a wraith.
No, that was Clem.
No.
I haven't fucked a ghost.
Right.
Wasn't it Holt's ex-boyfriend who was the wraith?
listen,
Oh,
that was not a good time.
Yeah, that wasn't fucking though. That was just being sad.
I have art of that, though.
So Clem, how do you intend to invoke the visage of Dogo?
Oh, that's still such sad art, Cap.
Yep.
Oh, such beautiful misery.
Hmm.
You know what? I feel like being an asshole. Cliffhanger. You have a week to think about it.
Oh fuck!
Oh yeah!
No! Ah!
Sorry, gang. You know I have a bedtime.
Yeah, but it's still
Everybody gets 5,000 experience points for a fantastic session.
Thank you, Reynolds.
Did you all have fun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
I can't wait for Clem to fucking ruin it! I'm so conflicted about destroying this city.
Oh, she's not.
There are people that I'm currently enjoying the company of.
Maybe that's not such a good thing.
Who? Atrial?
I mean, yes, very much so. But no, I was enjoying talking to a few of these reasonable vampires.
That's the thing about the vampires that you say are reasonable. They keep blood slaves.
This is
Not
true.
my fucking problem.
Clem did a quick goddamn